Hi guys and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite actresses, Ornella Muti, born Francesca Romana Rivelli on 9th of March 1955. She is an Italian actress that made her debut as Francesca Cimarosa in the 1970 film La Maglia più bella. Muti was born in Rome to a Neapolitan journalist father, Il Serenati Kraus, a Baltic German sculptor from Estonia. Her maternal grandparents emigrated from Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, Russia, to then Estonia. Muti modeled as a teenager and made her film debut in the 1970 film La Miglia più bella, The Most Beautiful Wife. She has primarily worked in Italian films, but made her English-speaking film debut as Princess Aura in Flash Gordon in 1980. American movies she appeared in include Love and Money in 82, Casanova in 87, Wait Until Spring, Bandini 1989, A Season of Giants 1990, Oscar in 1991, Once Upon a Crime in 1992, Somewhere in the City in 1998, and To Rome with Love in 2012. In 2008, she introduced her own line of jewelry and subsequently opened shops in Paris, Milan, Rome, Riga, Moscow, and Almaty. In 1999, she insured her breasts for $350,000. In 2015, the Italian Court of Pordenone condemned her to 8 months in prison for having concealed a theatrical performance following a health problem, which did not prevent her from participating in a social dinner with Vladimir Putin in St. Petersburg in December 2010. She avoided prison by paying the sum of €30,000 to the Verdi Theatre as compensation. Muti has been married twice, first to Alessio Orano, a fellow actor in The Most Beautiful Wife from 1975 to 1981. She was married secondly to Federico Facchinetti from 1988 to 1996. Muti has 3 children: Nike Rivelli, born 1974, a fashion model, singer and actress, a son Andrea, and a second daughter Carolina, both from her marriage to Facchinetti. On February 1st, 2022, the actress announced that she would like to obtain Russian citizenship. She told TASS, "It would be nice for me to get citizenship because it's part of my culture associated with my mother. She died this year and it would be a gift for her." In 2022, Muti was criticized by the far right for supporting the legalization of cannabis in Italy. In another article for Wanted in Rome, the Italian actress clarified her position in the debate over cannabis use after sparking a controversy hours before she co-presented the first evening of the Remo Music Festival, Italy's top song contest. At a pre-festival press conference, Muti said she supports the therapeutic use of cannabis, saying she found it sad that some people thought she would be handing out joints backstage in Remo. The controversy began earlier on Tuesday when the actress published a photograph on social media of herself with her daughter Nike Rivelli, both wearing jewelry with marijuana leaf designs. Muti also appeared in a video in which she receives a bouquet of flowers, including cannabis leaves, from Antonella Saldo of the pro-advocacy marijuana association Meglio Legale, Better Legal, in her dressing room before the festival. The bouquet was sent by the committee promoting a cannabis referendum in Italy, whose validity is currently being assessed by the country's constitutional court after weed advocates amassed 630,000 signatures in a petition to boost their campaign. Muti and her daughter Nike were among the first to sign the petition, which they promoted actively. The prolonged illness of Muti's mother, who died in 2020, prompted the actress to launch the Ornella Muti Hemp Club in Salento, an association that helps patients who need medical cannabis and offer information on the topic. Predictably, the photo and video published by Muti before San Remo sparked an immediate backlash from Italian right-wing and conservative politicians. We recognize Ornella Muti as a great icon of Italian cinema, but we believe that the support for the liberalization of cannabis expressed in a post by the co-host of San Remo is inappropriate, stated far-right Fratelli d'Italia. Debuted Federico Molliconi and Maria Teresa Bellucci. The politicians whose party fiercely opposed the idea of a cannabis referendum said they do not want San Remo to be used as a megaphone for the campaign, particularly in light of the recent events involving Ornella Muti's sister Claudia, who was among 39 people arrested in October on suspicion of importing and distributing narcotics, including date rape drug GHB. Millicon called the drug test for conductors and singers at San Remo, telling news agency Aden Kronos that if the COVID Green Pass is required, then a toxicology test should also be carried out to avoid deviant messages from reaching millions of viewers, including children. There was also criticism from the conservative former senator Carlo Giovanardi, who said it's a very sad thing to see that space is given to those who promote this culture of death instead of those who fight it. To all those who are on the front line for this battle. In November, the FDL and the right-wing Lega failed to sing the progress of the cannabis referendum after their motion was rejected by the center-left Partito Democratico (PD), the populist movement to 5 Stelle M5S, and the liberal Plus Europa, while the center-right Forza Italia, an ally of the Lega and FDL, abstained. In 2019, the Italian Supreme Court ruled that domestic cultivation of small amounts of cannabis for personal use was legal. However, it remains illegal to sell and grow cannabis plants on a large scale. Marijuana has been permitted for medical purposes in Italy since 2007. In another article for Mi6, the home of James Bond, casting call, we discuss how she got her really amazing role in Flash Gordon. Had his first choice accepted, producer Cubby Broccoli would have pulled off quite the raid on the cast of the 1980s sci-fi extravaganza Flash Gordon for the 12th entry in the 007 series, For Your Eyes Only, in 1981. With Roger Moore still to renew his contract to play 007 for the 5th time, future James Bond actor Timothy Dalton had just played Prince Barin opposite Topol's Dr. Hans Zarkov. The latter would be cast as Bond's warmly remembered ally Milos Colombo. But top of Broccoli's target list was Italian actress Ornella Muti, who played Mink's daughter and set the hearts racing of many Flash Gordon fans. Born in Rome in 1955, then 26-year-old Muti had worked exclusively in Italian cinema before her big break as Princess Aura. In 2007 interview, Muti explained that turning down the offer to play the lead Bond girl in For Your Eyes Only was a mistake. She explained that for love for my family and friends, I returned to Europe after filming Flash, and claimed that the part of Melina was written specially for me. It was second time lucky for Carole Bouquet. She had auditioned for the part of Holly Goodhead in Moonraker, only to lose out to model turned actress Louise Chills. This time she was offered the part of the vengeful Melina Havelock, tracking down her parents' killers armed with a crossbow. Muti went on to star in a dozen English-language films, but her career remained mostly in Italian cinema, making over 100 appearances in movies and television. In 1994, she was voted the most beautiful woman in the world by a worldwide poll of readers of the magazine Class. and reportedly insured her breasts for $350,000. After achieving her dream of becoming a dancer, Ornella became a model at the age of 14 and was noticed by director Damiano Damiani, who offered her a role at the following year in 1970. Ornella Muti married Spanish producer José Luis Bermúdez de Castro, and their daughter is the actress Nike Rivelli. After her divorce, Ornella Muti remarried Federico Fascinetti, and they have two children, a son Andrea and a daughter Carolina. We need to change the way we live, not go back to the way we were before, says Ornella. She then acquired great fame by collaborating with several Italian directors such as Mario Monicelli, Dino Risi, and Marco Ferreri. She played alongside Alain Delon in France in the film Mort d'un Pourri by Georges Lautner. The International Film Festival and Reviews devoted a retrospective to him in Belfort in 2004. She also launched her own jewelry line in 2008 and opened shops in several cities around the world. Ornella Muti was a member of the jury at the 39th Moscow International Film Festival. In 1994, she became a resident of Monaco. I don't think there can be anyone around who doesn't know her. She is incredibly beautiful and charming. Her eyes draw you to her like a magnet, and she has a dazzling figure. It's hard to believe that this world-famous woman is standing right there next to you. She is a symbol of the Italian cinema. You want to keep staring at her. This is her, Ornella Muti. It's hard to imagine that she is here in Baku, but she is. She chats, smiles, is happy to talk, and is even a little embarrassed. Yes, it's hard to imagine stars of this scale being shy, but Ornella Muti lowers her head coyly each time she answers an embarrassing question. That's greatness of you. You had to admire the fact that the star would not allow herself to answer journalists' questions sitting down because the room in which the meeting with the representatives of the press was held was not big enough to seat all those who were there. Ornella chatted with the journalist standing up. She talked about Azerbaijan and Eurovision and about her fantastic welcome in Baku, a city where she was too thrilled for words to be in. It was at the end of the 1970s when Ornella Muti was overcome by staggering success. It was not just her inimitable Mediterranean beauty and individuality that placed her on the pedestal of the world film industry, but also her outstanding skills as an actress. She is popular not just in her own country, but also in France, Germany, Spain, Brazil, and even China. In the CIS countries, she is better known for her films with Adriano Celentano. Her resume includes about 100 films and dozens of series. Among her many awards are the Nastro di Argento, which she received in 1988 and 1989, and also her last award, the Grolla d'Oro or Oscar, which crowned her career in 1998. In the capital, people could hardly wait to meet this diva of the cinema, and although world stars are no longer a rarity in Azerbaijan, meeting a legend of the world cinema like Ornella Muti was worth its weight in gold. The news that the Italian guest was coming to Baku was kept a secret, but news leaked out and many of her fans came to meet Ornella Muti face to face and get her treasured autograph. Region Plus was also able to ask the diva for a few questions. Is it true that one jeweler's shop in Italy devoted one of its collection to the color of your eyes? Ornella smiling answers, the color of my eyes is aquamarine, and aquamarine stone suits me according to my sign of the zodiac. I really love this stone. The jeweler you are talking about often uses this stone in his collections. You are a symbol of beauty for many women all over the world. What does it mean to be a beautiful woman? In other words, an icon of charm and style, a symbol of feminine beauty. Ornella Lowering her head, she looks to one side and sighs. Well, beauty does not last forever. Of course, I love to hear compliments towards me, but this doesn't mean that my appearance is perfect. I'm always looking for faults in myself and I always strive for perfection. I think all women are the same. Beauty is relative. Every woman has it to one degree or another. All the things you have mentioned are very subjective. I believe that each person's inner life gives out a light, and it is this light that we call beauty. Today, my face is altering not for the better. And when I see around me changes which are not for the best, I try to console myself by thinking that this is life, that's the way it is. I try to find a kind of balance, and this gives me confidence and calm. At the same time, I don't smoke, I try to sleep as much as I can, and I work out every day on a special program designed for me. I think each one of us knows what's good for us and what's bad. You have taken part in all kinds of films, including American. Is there a difference between the Italian and American cinema? Yes, of course. The American cinema is an industry. The Italian cinema is a combination of intellect, spirituality, culture, and art. Anyway, I believe that an actor must always be an actor, and a good actress must always perform well, whatever cinema she's working for. Who do you get along with better socially, men or women? In my relationships, I value first and foremost naturalness, whether it is a man or a woman. I have many friends, men and women, but you have to be wary with many women. Your mother comes from Estonia originally, and your father from Naples. What does it mean to grow up in a family where the parents belong to quite different cultures? Yes, you're right. They're quite different cultures. With us, with two sisters, our father was strict in the true Neapolitan way, whereas mother taught us inner freedom. On the whole, our family was a liberal one. I believe this synthesis has helped us a great deal in life. You're not only a well-known actress, but also the happy mother of three children and even a grandmother. A busy schedule of films and traveling obviously doesn't enable you to spend as much time with your folks as you would like. Nevertheless, they are a huge part of my life. My relationship with my children comes first. These are the most beautiful words, a happy mother. And I'm happy to be able to say that about myself. But I should point out that being a mother is hard and being the mother of three children is very hard. But it doesn't matter who you are, an actress, a businesswoman, or a housewife. To see your children suffer when something is wrong is awful. I'm fine when everything is fine with my children. I want to be a good mother or even a better one. You also have your own jewelry collection. One of the jewels is an interlocking bracelet with the inscription, "Free me if you love me." What do you mean by that? I wanted to use this expression to sing a hymn to love and freedom, which is acquired through give and take, strength of feelings, and freedom through love. Free me if you love me, or how to discover freedom and strength through love. The strength to overcome yourself, to love but not belong, to create my own collection of jewels, having turned into a reality, a dream, which has lived within me for many years. But I have only produced one collection of jewels and I no longer pursue this. What are your impressions of Baku and Eurovision, and who did you support in the contest? Baku is just a fantastic city and I'm very grateful to have been invited here. I was absolutely delighted by the fantastic hospitality of the people of Baku. I'm very grateful for the terrific welcome I got when I arrived in Azerbaijan. Baku is an incredibly beautiful city, and judging by the photographs of old Baku which I was shown, as well as the guides' stories, it has changed a great deal. It has become a modern industrial city in a very short period of time, and that's amazing. I would like to thank everyone for their incredible welcome, and I'm proud to have been invited to Azerbaijan. As far as Eurovision is concerned, the competition was beautifully organized and like a fairy tale. I was particularly impressed by the Crystal Hall. Oh, of course, I voted for Italy. And in another article, Ornella Muti says she was impressed with Armenian traditions and taste of lavash. The popular Italian actress, the honorary guest of the 12th International Film Festival Golden Apricot, Ornella Muti, was present in the lavash baking process during her visit to Armenia. On that occasion, the actress published photos in her Instagram page. "I like traditions and tasty bread," wrote Ornella Muti. Armen Press reported that during the recent days, Muti has published and spread nearly 20 photos, including those taken with the other honorary guests of the 12th International Film Festival Golden Apricot, the actress Nastasia Kinski. In the photos, she also expresses gratitude to Yerevan. Muti used the hashtags Golden Apricot Festival, Armenia, Yerevan, as well as reposted photos from other users. "I travel around the world very often and always received very well, but in Armenia I got excited more than in any other country. There is a bringing respect and love here that you showed me. Thank you," said Muti. A model in her adolescence, Italian beauty Ornella Muti posed for illustrated novels before her film Bow at the age of 15. Ornella has worked for such European cinematic greats as Francesco Rossi and Volker Schlondorf. Her most celebrated appearances have been in the erotic psychological dramas directed by Marco Ferreri. The bulk of her starring films have borne such come-hitter titles as Appassionata and Bilingual Lover. American movies fans got an eyeful of Ornella Muti as the sensuous Princess Aura in 1980's Flash Gordon, while television fans were treated to Ornella's formidable presence in the 1987 TV movie Casanova. In another article from 2023, Ornella Muti shocks the network in 67 years old in an intimate video filmed by her daughter. Nike Rivelli filmed her mother Ornella Muti while she is wearing makeup in her underwear. The figure of the actress at 67 is truly enviable, and her daughter jokes about it in the video. When they say 67 years old and not prove them, in the case of Ornella Muti seems completely true, judging by the video that her daughter Nike Rivelli wrote on Instagram, where she catches her mother in seclusion inventing in front of a mirror in underwear. And the time doesn't really seem to have passed. Nike intended to convey the message in her mother's words. Ornella Muti in underwear at 67. "I am like this, whether you like it or not." Instagram post where Nike Rivelli introduced the video of her mother Ornella Muti with the intention of underwear makeup and hit the net, mainly because years of Ornella Muti seems have not passed. In absolute and relevant admiration, Nike basically defines Ornella as a mother goddess, but the message is different. Her question that was posted on Instagram says, "Mom, do you think about body shame?" The reaction of Ornella Muti, an icon of our cinema especially between the 70s and 80s, was sharp. "What do I care? I am this. Whoever wants me like this loves me." Therefore, Nike praises her mother not only for her inviolable physical form, but also for the content of the message. "Well done, Mom. That's the attitude. You can't please everyone. The main thing is to like yourself." Recently, Ornella Muti appeared in the film Christmas Show alongside with Raul Bova, Serena Otieri, Tullio Solenghi, and Francesco Panufino. And in 2019, the actress almost faced imprisonment for a meeting with Putin. Muti was scheduled to perform on stage in the 2010, but she said that she was sick and flew to St. Petersburg. In Russia, the Italian beauty spent 3 days. There she took part in a charity concert and then dined with Putin. An Italian court accused the actress of attempted fraud and sentenced her to 6 months in prison on probation. Muti will also pay a fine of €500. The actress told the court that she had no money to pay the fine. 64-year-old Ornella Muti is known outside of Italy for her roles in the Flash Gordon and Oscar films. According to Russian media, the actress has an apartment in Moscow and she expressed a desire to become a citizen of Russia. And if you're still having difficulties getting to know Ornella, here are 10 things that you will remember her with. Hers is a name you remember once you have heard. Ornella Muti is not exactly the same name as every girl you went to school with growing up, and we have yet to hear of our kids in the same class as anyone with this very unique name. It's lovely, of course, but our point is that you don't forget a name like that one. To make things more interesting, you also do not forget a face like hers either. This beauty has been making a name for herself for some time, yet there's still a few people here and there who haven't heard of her. It's time to rectify that situation. Number 1. She is Italian. Her name, the one you cannot forget, is memorable because it is Italian. She was born and raised in the historic, beautiful, famous city of Rome. She spent her life amongst things so beautiful that words and even photos do no justice, and she is someone who appreciates the beauty of life. Number 2, she is in her 60s. You can stop right there because we are not joking. She doesn't look a day over 40, and even that is aging her a bit. Yet she is 66. Yes, you read that correctly. She is closer to 70 than she is 60, and she doesn't look even close. Her date of birth is March 9th, 1955, and we cannot get over her youth. Number 3, she is an actress. She spent her life working in front of the camera as an actress. She got her start in the business back in 1970 when she was only 15, and she has not slowed down. She was an instant success and her fans adore her. She's quite talented and she's one of Italy's most famous actresses. Number 4, she's also a host. When she's not busy with things like acting, she's a television presenter too. She's so good at what she does, and she has so many fans that people want to see her as often as possible. While so many people have aged out of this business and have found less work available over the years, there is still so much that she's doing. Number 5, she loves love. We can say this with certainty because she has been married twice. No one who doesn't love the idea of love gets married a second time or divorced a second time and still finds time to have a partner in life despite 2 divorces. She's a woman who loves love. Her first marriage lasted 6 years, her second lasted 8 years, and her current partner is one she's not been so open about. Number 6, she is a mother. She welcomed her first daughter a year before she got married for the first time. She was only 19 when her daughter was born, and her daughter has grown up to become a successful model and public figure. Her name is Nike Rivelli. She has 2 additional children with her second husband. Number 7. Her first husband did not father her first daughter. Nike Rivelli was born on October 10, 1974 to her teenage mother. However, the man her mother married the following year, when she was only 20, is not the father of her daughter. In fact, it was believed that her father was a different man, but this was proven false later on when DNA tests revealed that the man she thought fathered her child didn't. Number 8. She doesn't know who fathered her baby. What is shocking to learn is that this actress does not know who the father of her first daughter is. She was married to a man before her daughter was a year old. It was not him. The man she thought fathered her baby did not father her baby according to a DNA test, and she admitted at that point that she simply has no idea who the father of her child is. She was 19 when she gave birth, which is what makes the story even more shocking to her fans. She is very private. 9. If there is a woman who is happy to discuss her life with the press, it is this woman, yet at the same time she doesn't disclose anything. She's so private and she does not discuss anything she doesn't want to disclose. For someone so private, she is good at allowing people to think she is not. 10. She would like to be in Russia. Muti is making headlines right now because she is discussing her love of Russia and the fact that she would like to live there and work there. She is seeking citizenship in the country of Russia, and her fans are shocked to learn she has such a love of the country when she is from somewhere as lovely as Italy. I hope you guys love this video, and please let me know down in the comments what you think about her life and career. I hope you stay well. Bye!